Today is January 6th, the day in which they certify the presidential election. It took about a half an hour. The election has been certified. Donald Trump has been deemed the winner of the presidential election. Vice President Kamala Harris presided over the joint session of Congress, and she did her job and certified the election. There were no issues. Some people were expecting the Democrats to object to slates of electors like what Republicans did 4 years ago. That didn't happen. And remember, back in 2022, they had passed a law that changed the threshold to object to electors from one member of each house to 20% of each house, and they just didn't have the numbers, so they didn't try to object to any of the electors. And nothing really happened out of the ordinary today. This was a kind of a boring event. About the only thing of note was a standing ovation given to Donald Trump, who was not there. He was at Mar-a-Lago. But the Republicans gave him a standing ovation when it was announced that he had won. Beyond that, there was no violence. There were no protesters inside. There was additional police force present. But nothing of note, no big protest. And this is how politics is supposed to go. It is supposed to function like this. Everything was supposed to go off. Just, it did. I know a lot of people were expecting something to happen today. Some people expected some sort of evidence to come forward proving that Donald Trump cheated in this election with the help of Elon Musk. That didn't happen. No evidence was produced. Some people thought this executive order 13848 that Donald Trump had signed was going to come into play, and that never happened. It sounds like that executive order mostly deals with foreign countries interfering with elections and not preventing the certification or anything like that. And some people suggested Section 3 of the 14th Amendment could come into play, and it still might be able to happen, but I just don't know how. And that wasn't even brought up. They didn't talk about it today, from what I'm seeing. So that wasn't a thing. As it stands right now, Donald Trump will be inaugurated on January 20th at 12 noon, and he will become the next president of the United States. This is a stark contrast from 4 years ago when Donald Trump supporters marched to the Capitol, stormed the Capitol, all to prevent the certification of an election in which Donald Trump lost after being told for months that it was stolen from Donald Trump. And some of the reasonings behind what I see Trump supporters saying that it wasn't MAGA, it wasn't Trump supporters. They like to say, well, it was actually Antifa and it was people on the left doing it to make Donald Trump look bad. But then why would they storm the Capitol to stop the certification of the election in which Joe Biden won, to force him to certify the election saying Joe Biden won? That part doesn't make a lot of sense. But none of that happened today. It was a very uneventful day, which is a good thing for this country in that it was uneventful. We didn't have more violence. And now we just wait till the 20th to see what Donald Trump's inauguration and next term will bring.